Hey guys, my name is Sid. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about a few tips that you can improve your video calls and your live streams. From the basic tips all the way up to the pro tips if you want to have a really amazing professional looking video live stream. So the first thing, the most important thing is probably lighting. Now, I see so many people with backlit videos. So this is what you typically see in a video conference call. The laptop is down, it's facing up my nose, and it's not a very pleasant look, and you can see all the lights are behind me. So we're going to change this up a little bit and I'll show you how much of an improvement lighting can make. Try and keep your camera or your computer pointing away from the light source because that's going to make a massive difference. So this is me being lit from the front and this is me being lit from the back. So you can see there's already a massive change in the way it looks. The second thing I would say about lighting is make sure that your lighting's not coming from the top. So if you have ceiling lights, put those off because you're going to get weird circles under your eyes, under your nose. The shadow from the light coming from the top is going to look really weird. So make sure that your lighting source is in front of you. Open a window if you can, use a lamp or something that's going to make the light come from in front of you instead of from above you, because that will really change the way it looks. The second thing I would say is the angle of the video. You don't want to be too close to the camera and you don't want the angle of your video coming from the bottom up. In fact, it's slightly preferable if it's coming from the top down, like in this shot. It's coming slightly from the top. It's a bit more flattering for you because people aren't looking up your nose. See a little bit more definition in your face if it's coming from the top. Now, I know it's a little bit hard to do with a laptop, but what you could do is put your laptop at least at eye level. So you can stack it up on some books or something so that the camera is coming at your eye level at least. This is what it looks like at eye height, where the webcam is right around my eye level. In fact, I think it could be a little bit higher, but this looks so much better than what we had to begin with. You might want to be a little bit careful about what you're showing in the background. Now, this is a decent background, but I think if I just tilt it a little bit this way, it looks a bit nicer because the background looks a bit nicer. It doesn't look like I'm sitting at home. So the height and the lighting make a massive difference. Second thing you might not realize is that your phone probably has a much better camera than your laptop. You can use that phone camera for your live streams, but most of the time the problem is that your phone is handheld and it's shaking around a lot. So that's not a good thing. I would advise investing in something simple like this. This is a Joby Gorilla Pod. You can open it up, put it on pretty much any surface. So you can also have this ball head, which you can just loosen up, turn around, and you should be able to mount your phone on here and keep it pretty stable. Another thing that happens is your hand starts to get tired after a while. You see that your video calls start here and then you slowly start going down over here, which is a pretty horrible angle. So this thing pretty much alleviates any of that. Now, this is the sound and the video quality coming out of the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And you can see it's a vast improvement over any laptop webcam. And the reason for that is, let me just change the angle up over here. This also makes it a lot simpler to work with because having this Gorilla Pod over here is very flexible. I could keep it on top of my computer as well over here to give me a slightly different angle if I wanted. So say I wanted a top-down view, I could do that. There's a lot more light coming in this way. But you know, this Gorilla Pod definitely gives you a lot of flexibility to work with. You get a nice stable image as well. You can adjust the angle. If you want a vertical angle, you can do vertical as well. Now, in terms of framing, you probably want to have something like this, where you're not touching the top of the frame, but you take as much of the frame as possible. You don't want to be down here. You don't want to be like super close to the camera like this. And not just your face, you probably want a little bit of your body as well, just so that it looks a little bit better and people can see your hands and things. It makes it just a nicer experience to communicate this way. Also, the mics on your phone are probably superior to the ones on your laptop. So I would suggest going with the phone over the laptop almost every time, unless you need that larger screen for work or taking notes or something like that. But you could always have your laptop next to your phone to do that. So there are a few pieces of software where you can use your phone as a camera for your computer, like eCam for the Mac. And there are some others for Windows as well, but I would look into those options. Now I wanted to get into a little bit more of a professional range. Now, what I'm using right now is something that I can use for live streams, as well as for video conferences. So my setup is kind of a bit on the expensive side. So if you want to go a little bit budget heavy, you can do something like this. Now here I have an independent mic. It's called the Blue Yeti. This is a USB mic, so it plugs in straight into the computer, and you get much better sound quality coming out for your live streams or for your video conferences through this. Now the closer the mic is to your mouth, the better the sound quality is going to be. I would say the first thing that you can improve outside of your computer is probably get a USB mic. Now this one's a little bit expensive. It's about $200, but Blue also makes something called the Blue Snowball, which is around $50 and will give you a great mic experience. They do work on the iPad as well if you have the USB-C iPad, as well as there are some options for your phone as well. You can connect a mic into your phone and get much better sound quality that way. Now, the next thing I would recommend to improve your video quality would be to get something like the Elgato Cam Link. Now, this allows you to connect your DSLR or your fancy camera, if you have one, using the HDMI port straight into your computer and use that as a webcam. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm using OBS to record my Sony a6400 directly into this video, so I don't really have to do anything. It's permanently set up on my computer over here, and it plugs in straight into the computer and pretty much gets a webcam feed out of it. And as you can see, the video quality of this will be far superior to anything that you can get in a webcam. Even the expensive webcams that you can buy independently won't really compare to something like this, the kind of image quality you can get out of this. And that would probably be the pro setup that I was talking about. Now the Elgato Cam Link itself is around $125 or so. So that's something that you need to invest in. And if you have an existing DSLR or mirrorless camera, you can use that with the Cam Link and then get the best quality video possible. Now another step above that would be to also invest into nice lighting. So I'm using a softbox over here, which allows me to get much better lighting, and I can shoot it at night, during the day, anytime. So I don't have to wait for the perfect condition. I just close my blinds and use this light, and that makes it so much easier to do live streams or video calls or anything like that. So that's it, guys. Those are my tips about improving your video call quality. I know this is a bit of a weird episode, but since I know quite a bit about doing this stuff, since I've been YouTube live streaming for a while, I thought I'd share with you guys. So if you like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.